I came out here and I watered all the seeds that I planted in the previous video, and I noticed my fuchsia over here. I guess this is the side that gets most of the light, so we're about to get a whole bunch of flowers on this, and it's really growing nicely for me not doing much. What is that? Oh, this is another. No, that's not a fuchsia. What is that? I think that's just a weed. Huh. That is not a fuchsia. This doesn't belong here, guys. Look at this. There was a big giant weed growing in the fuchsia. Sorry, guy. If you were a tomato, I'd maybe keep you, but you're a weed. You know what I'm gonna do with this weed? That's why I came out here to show you guys. I do still, don't want to move too fast, have worm buckets out here. Now, if you ask me if I've done a good job taking care of these worms, I would tell you absolutely not. Hold on one second. So this is one of them. And I recall I lost a whole bunch of worms back because I flooded them out. I haven't really done much with these. They have stuff to eat, like dirt, but I don't know if, let me see. Oh yeah, see, there's still worms in there. An old banana peel. This might be a bucket that didn't have a lot of worms to begin with. Oh wait, yeah, there's some in there. They're probably just starving, guys. So what I'm gonna do is, for this worm bucket, I'm going to dump this stuff in here. I'm not even gonna chop it up. I'm just gonna dump it in there, just like that. Some food scraps, and I'm just gonna cover it back up like this. And then hopefully they'll eat it. Now, let me see. Some worm buckets don't have a lot of worms in them, but I did have a few that did have worms. Like a lot of worms. Oh yeah, look. See all the worms? They're eating the cardboard now. I'm gonna go through this one day. I'm not destroying these guys' homes. And see? I don't see a ton of them, but they are in there. See some at the top. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start feeding each one of these with scraps again and see what happens. But that's good dirt in there from whatever was in there eating it. And we'll see if they actually, oh look, see the worms there? I gotta do better with that. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys. When I sort through these, I'll count them again. I think I was all the way up to 2,000 worms or 1,500 worms from 300. I flooded them out, and then I was all the way back down to 500 worms. I have one, two, how many worm buckets do I have? 3 worm buckets left. No, 4 worm buckets left. I haven't, no, 5. So for all I know, is the one that was over there could have been like, just wasn't doing good. I didn't put as many worms in there. Look at this dahlia. This dahlia is like a dahlia vine, to be honest with you. It comes from here, goes all the way through here, and comes back out up here. And then this one's about to flower here. It's funny. And then this is an ice plant under here. I don't know if it'll get flowers because it doesn't get a lot of light. So now that I showed you guys some more in here, look at these got flowers too. Nice. We are gonna go outside and do some work. And it is 69 degrees in here. So I'd like it to be ideally a little bit warmer. We can't plant again until, I think the 1st, Rachel said the 30th and the 31st is not a planting day. So we can plant again on the 1st, and I'm not gonna plant more trays right now. I'm gonna do more buckets with carrots. I'm gonna probably do like 6 buckets with carrots, and then in another couple weeks do more carrots and just have them succession plant them. For the next probably 6 to 8 weeks. And I don't think I'm gonna plant any garden. They're gonna be in here. And Rachel's outside separating, well, she was outside. I'll have to go check. She was separating torch lilies. A lot of people liked them last year. So we have 2 huge buckets I'll show you. We're gonna separate them all into 1-gallon buckets and then put them outside. I'm not sure how much she's gonna sell them for this year, but we'll have to see. But let's go out there and show you that, and then I'm gonna get more work done on the farm. So here's the big ball Rachel's been cutting out and planting them back in there. She said she got 6 done. And what'll happen, these will regrow in the pots and they'll put on new new rhizomes, and we'll get a whole bunch of torch lilies out of that. So we have this whole bucket. I think there's another bucket up here. And look, what's this? That don't belong there. What's up, CT? You're the only one that knows how to escape the chicken coop? Yeah, you. Well, I'll leave her alone. I gotta go do some work. So I'm back out here in the garden, guys. I'm gonna continue making my aisles over. I don't know if I'm gonna cover it with plastic yet, because we're supposed to get all rain next week and it'll loosen this dirt up. If I ended up breaking out an aisle, I'll then cover it with plastic. But my main goal is, while the ground's soft from all the rain we've had, I want to try to get some of these aisles cut in. I'm not going to go crazy and try to get it done too fast, because we have to do 15 yards of mulch tomorrow on one of our big projects we're doing. If you guys want to check that out, it's on Happy's Lawn Care and Landscaping. I just spaded out 2,000 feet in beds. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going on this before I lose light. And it is nice for, I think it's the 30th of January, and it's beautiful out here. It's, I think, 60 degrees, and it's supposed to stay warm, and they said well above average for all February. So let's hope that happens, because we'll be able to start planting earlier. So let's get to work. Okay guys, I'm done for the day. This aisle right here is just about done. It's a little crooked, I think, but it is what it is. My back gate might be a little crooked too. So what I'm doing is deep spading all this and piling it onto a big hill in the middle. And I am gonna do the same thing after I do all these like that. I'm gonna pull the plastic up again. I should have did it before. And I'm gonna respade them deep so I can pile it up and grow higher. It loosens up my soil here. I don't do the no-till. Well, I'm not using a tiller, but people would say that's tilling your soil, because it kind of is. I don't do the no-till method. No knock on anybody who does the no-till method. Just like I grow my way, they grow their way. I don't think there's a better way growing no-till or till. I think as long as you're feeding the plants, putting good soil down and compost down, it's the same thing as doing a no-till garden. Eventually we'd like to do all raised beds, so then it would be completely no-till, but you have to till this up. Look at that's all clay and stuff you plant into here. You guys seen last year, it grew good, but the best way I ever grew a garden was, if I can find pictures, was on the other side, where what I did is it was all grass, and this was probably 7 years ago now since we moved in here. It was all grass on the other side, just like this. Here it was easier to till, spade all this, because I had plastic all down, and we have a surplus of rain right now, and the moisture level in our soil is almost 43%, which is kind of on record right now, like a high moisture, and we're supposed to get 6 days of rain next week. Not complaining, makes this a little bit easier. On the other side, what I did is I did lines like you've seen, and it was all like thick meadow grass. I had to spade it all. I did it all by hand, flipped it all over like this, put compost on it, and grew in there. And it honestly, the garden was awesome. The garden ended up being really good over there, awesome. We just had a lot of problems with groundhogs over there. This side, I'm doing the same thing. Oh my goodness, why does this aisle look wider than, oh, it's the last aisle, so whatever. That's probably 5 foot wide. This is probably 4 foot wide, 4 foot wide. Yeah, you can tell. I think the last aisle went a little crazy on the width. I think I did 5 foot wide. But like I said, we're gonna plant all these aisles all the way down. I think we're gonna start off with snow peas along this whole fence here. And then once the snow peas are tall enough, getting plenty of light, we're gonna put in front of all that corn, because that goes in after snow peas. we're gonna put corn, and then on the outside, I'm probably gonna have all sunflowers all the way around. And then the next aisle is gonna be tomatoes and pretty much tomatoes and anything, cucumbers that grow higher that won't overgrow the corn, and the sun will still hit it coming down this way, and then so on. Like this will be peppers and anything that grows lower. And I think these are the rows I'm gonna grow the cauliflower, broccoli, spinach, all that stuff in, because as you know, we get hot down here. We're zone 7A. When it gets too hot down here, that stuff doesn't do good, and then I can start replacing all them plants with pepper plants. And I am gonna take this all the way. I'm still gonna extend this. I'm gonna pull all this up and take this all the way to the end here, so I have aisles. And I don't know how long they are. Look, that one's kind of crooked too. It gets wide, and it is what it is. And the figs are gonna stay there in our aisles. Okay, so I'm done for today. That's a pretty lot. I'd keep going, but I need to save my energy for tomorrow when we're doing mulch. Okay, well, that did not go quite the way I wanted it, but I got this stuff watered in here. I brought the hose up here, and it kind of like, we'll see what happens there. I gotta be a little more careful next time. Hopefully there ain't a next time of bringing the hose up here, or I'll have a little sprayer thing on it to be able to stop. I did not have that. And the weight of the water got this citronella, but it didn't break. So what I'm gonna do is I might move these things and let this just grow. The shoot shoots up, and then cut these off and take them as cuttings, because this thing is pretty big. It doesn't, the reason it fell so easy, it doesn't have wind blowing on it in here, so they're not as strong as they would be outside. They're a little more lanky, but still doing its purpose. So guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And in the next video, we'll be getting more done out in the farm there. And probably, I don't know if we'll be starting more seeds yet, but we'll see what we can get into. Definitely got to go through some of these worm buckets. So once again, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good night. That's so pretty.